The massive hype and promotion surrounding the release of The Addams Family has paid off handsomely. Moviegoers came out in droves when the film opened to set almost a new record for weekend box office. All the principal characters have been brought to the big screen. Lurch, the butler; Gomez, the nominal head of the household; the children, Pugsley and Wednesday. Then, of course, there's Thing, the hand without a body. Morticia, the powerful matriarch, is played with ghoulish charm by Angelica Houston.
Thing, you're a handful. I like her flirtation. I like her devotion to her husband and her children. I like her clothes. I like playing a vamp.
Was the idea of doing comedy or dark comedy appealing to you, though?
Always. I like comedy a lot. I guess I'm not crazy about slapstick, so I like kind of irony and tongue-in-cheek comedy.
Unpacking? Let me.
The plot centers on whether Uncle Fester, who returns to the household after getting lost in the Bermuda Triangle, is an imposter.
Cyanide. Fester. As if we'd run out. Night.
She's a bit of a she-wolf. She's very flirtatious. She'll flirt with anything. And I like playing her flirtation in that, you know, I don't think it's necessary for all good wives and mothers to be sexless.
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky.
The Addams Family became known to millions through the TV series back in the 1960s. The filmmakers say they've tried not to imitate the TV show, but to stay closer to the spirit of the original Charles Addams cartoon.
Well, Morticia actually looked a lot like my mother. My mother had very high cheekbones and parted her hair in the middle, and our house in Ireland was really not all that unlike the Addams house. We were sort of unusual in our community, so I was acquainted with that feeling. I sort of identified with Wednesday. My brother and I were constantly testing each other's mettle, not unlike the movie children.
May I have the salt?
The movie children are pretty awful, particularly the obnoxious Wednesday.
Now.
Artfully played by 11-year-old Christina Ricci. Wednesday is different, isn't she, from other young girls?
Yes. She's more, she's not interested in the Barbie dolls or the Cabbage Patch Kids, you know, or the dolls or anything like that. She's more interested in, like, the supernatural.
What kind of a relationship does she have with her brother? Because they seem to be feuding with one another the whole time.
Well, they love each other, but they're kind of practicing on each other, you know, the torture part. They're kind of practicing on each other for the real thing.
And what is the real thing?
When they get the real people, you know, as if they're going to torture and kill. Pugsley, sit in the chair.
Delightful Wednesday doesn't just try to electrocute her own brother. She's mean and nasty to everyone, especially if they're sugary and sweet.
Is this made from real lemons? Yes. I'll buy a cup if you buy a box of my delicious Girl Scout cookies. Are they made from real Girl Scouts?
The film, like the cartoon characters, is a satire, trying to poke fun at American family values. The Addams Family presents an alternative to the idealized, problem-free version of family life so often embraced by Hollywood.
Originally, the cartoons were a sort of post-war reaction to the sort of saccharine ethic. And I think that goes for now, too. Everything is seemingly so hunky-dory, but I think there's actually a lot of darkness that maybe people aren't fessing up to.
It's ironic that The Addams Family, a film with such morbid themes, has brought to life the American box office, which has been suffering for months from the effects of recession.
Last night you were unhinged. You were like some desperate, howling demon. You frightened me. Do it again.